Before I get started with the story, let me give a shout out to one of my new subscribers, Computer. Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting your name right. Computer Robots. Shout out to you for sending me this story and for you subscribing to the channel. But you sent me this story that is coming out of Portland, Oregon, involving this individual who, this is the only picture I can seem to find of him, whose name is Benjamin Smith, and he goes by the username Polybun. Now, in case y'all don't know who this guy is, and I wouldn't be surprised if you do, because Lamestream Media is not talking about it really much at all. Hopefully they'll put something out there by the time this video goes up. Is that he actually participated in a mass shooting that just recently happened at a protest, at a BLM protest, and I believe the protest was involving Amir Locke. Now, this protest happened in Portland, and 4 people were shot, and I think 1 died. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this article, and it's coming from Heavy. So they go into a little bit more. They really go into detail when it comes to their stories. Benjamin Jeffrey Smith, a self-described antisocial machinist with a trail of disturbing social media posts, was named as the Portland, Oregon man who was under suspicion in the mass shooting of 5 people on February 19th that left a Black Lives Matter protester dead. So it was 5 people, not 4. Smith was named by authorities as the suspect on February 22nd. He was initially named by the Oregon Live, which reported that witnesses identified him as the shooter. OPB editor Ryan Haas reported later the same day that Smith had not been charged as he remained hospitalized, but a warrant for his arrest included charges of second-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, assault, and unlawful use of a weapon. He was described on social media as a local furry who goes by the name Polybun. Furry, according to Merriam-Webster, refers to people who have a keen interest in or even dress up as anthropomorphic animal characters like those often seen in comics, games, and cartoons. Oregon Live confirmed that the Polybun name is associated with Smith. He just screams weirdo to me. He is also known as Ben Smith and was also shot and critically wounded in the incident, the outlet reported. Police have released few details of what they described as a chaotic scene, but their February 22nd update indicated Smith remains hospitalized in serious condition. Authorities did not initially name the deceased victim, but on February 22nd also identified her as 60-year-old Brandy Knightley. Oregon Live identified the Black Lives Matter protester who was shot and killed as June Knightley. Her nickname was T-Rex, according to the outlet. Smith's roommate told OPB he talked about wanting to go shoot commies and Antifa all the friggin' time. He was just a sad, angry dude. He talked about wanting to do this for a while. He was angry at the mask mandates. He was angry at the damned liberals. He worked at Peninsula Ironworks, according to Oregon Live. On Reddit, Ben Smith, writing as Polybun, wrote, "I'm not that into crowds. I'm not the artistic sort, and I'm fairly antisocial." Don't you realize that a lot of people like this tend to have the same ongoing theme of personalities with each other? Like, they all scream the same thing, that they're a loner, they're antisocial, they're this, they're that, but they have enough hatred and pent-up anger to want to go and kill something. I'm a mechanist by trade, build electronic gadgets and hot rods for fun. Screenshots emerge of posts under his handle on Telegram and other accounts. Portland police wrote in a news release, a preliminary investigation into the February 19, 2022 shooting near the intersection of Northeast 55th Avenue and Northeast Hassalo Street indicates this incident started with a confrontation between an armed homeowner and armed protesters. They said that 6 people, including Smith, were shot. Of them, only Knightley died. According to Oregon Live, 3 of those shot are in critical condition. According to Oregon Live, the armed man who lived nearby shot into the crowd, and one of the demonstrators shot the man who opened fire. The local KPTV reported that the protest at Portland's Normandale Park was organized in solidarity with Amir Locke, a 22-year-old man who was shot and killed as police executed a no-knock warrant on February 2nd in Minneapolis. And then they go into the 5 parts. The 5 things. The first thing they said is, 1, Smith is a mechanist who lived in the area for years and was growing increasingly angry about protests. It says Smith was also upset by citywide protests, homeless people in the area, and COVID-19 health mandates, and he was known to collect guns, the outlet reported. Let me just skip ahead and go to the next piece. And by the way, the woman that he killed, who her name was Brandy Knightley, I believe she was a PC woman. This was not a black woman that he killed, even though this was a BLM protest. The next point is, it says disturbing social media posts have emerged under the name Polly Bun. And I'm not even going to read any of it, but let's just put it this way. One of the posts said that he was cheering on Kyle Rittenhouse and complaining about those in the Jewish community. So I'll just leave that there. Let's continue on. The next point is, the police wrote that they encountered an extremely chaotic scene. A victim claims Smith called her a terrorist. The next point reads, Smith's roommate said he used racial slurs and became more radicalized during the Trump administration, but didn't they all? And the last part is talking about the woman who was killed. Her name was Knightley, Brandy. She said June Knightley. It says Knightley posted about Black Lives Matter and Kyle Rittenhouse on Facebook. So this guy literally has all the making up of a criminal terrorist, as far as I'm concerned, a criminal domestic terrorist. And like I said, this picture right here is so eerie, but it's the only picture that I could find of him. But yeah, he looks like, just from this side profile, is so scary to me. It reminds me of like something from Silence of the Lambs. It gives me Buffalo Bill vibes. And y'all, for those of you who've seen the movie Silence of the Lambs, you already know. But yeah, this guy is, yeah. Like I said, he fills all the little spots. Loner, antisocial, and the stuff that he's into, yeah, like he checks the box off of as a serial weirdo to me. That's the vibes that I'm picking up heavily from this guy, and rightfully so. But like I said, many of them have that same line of thinking, and it's like I said, it's just flat out scary at the end of the day. Be wary of these type of individuals. They are not on, that terminology that the elevator doesn't go to the top floor. That's him. And believe it or not, from what I'm saying, he is still very much still alive. Now keep in mind, this guy is 43 with a whole roommate. But after reading the stuff that I read about him, maybe it's best he need to be on his own. Unless his roommate is down with the stuff that he's into as well, then they're both crazy. Because there's no way I would be ever living with somebody who thought like this. Or if the minute I get an inkling that you have thoughts like this, I'm moving out. I don't care if I break the lease. I'm leaving. But I'm sure that this is most likely going to be an ongoing developing story. Just like I said, it's unfortunate that mainstream media isn't really talking about it. But are we surprised? And like I said, his inspiration, he said he was cheering on Kyle Rittenhouse. And it's amazing because Harvey just did a video talking about how Kyle Rittenhouse is growing more and more to be like George Zimmerman every day with the actions and the antics that he's doing. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this crazy story down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you are new. Make sure you go and hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video or go live.